Right. Great to see everybody. We had a great week. When you're on the West Coast with all the transaction how it's going, it's tough to practice on early on Monday and Tuesday. So I felt like we got great work done there. But last 2 days really got a couple great practices in to ramp us into this weekend, and guys will be back Monday ready to roll. So really excited about the process. Get a couple days off for the coaches too to kind of refresh going into the season, and off we go. We have made a decision on our offensive line. So Abel started right tackle, Anthony Brad will start at right guard, Jalen right now was our starting center, Gray's obviously at left tackle, and Charles Cross at left tackle or left guard and left tackle respectively. So good stuff. It's as you know, nothing's set in stone, but those guys have done a great job. Olu's done a phenomenal job. He's ready to go if anything happened. But that's the crew that we'll start the season with.
What did Jalen do to show you guys he's ready for that?
Well, it's tricky because Olu was having a heck of a camp, probably playing his best football of his career before he got hurt, and Jalen just took advantage of the opportunity. So they were still competing at the time, and we felt like the way Jalen played against Kansas City really put him in a premium position to ultimately start the season at center. So that's why we made the decision.
Who do you think, who would be the first guard off the bench if you guys needed to sub somebody in there?
Probably leave that one under wraps right now, but you could see some moving pieces if somebody lost their helmet for an extended period of time.
How important is the continuity then, kind of with that group of five as well, just kind of what you guys are doing?
Well, yeah, it's always really important, and you can't just rep the same five all camp. Let's say we went into camp and we knew who our five guys were going to be. Yeah, of course you would, have a lot of those reps, and you probably get more than we got, but you do have to have contingency plan and cross train and things like that. So our guys got a lot of reps together, and that's a positive thing. But of course, the more reps you get, it's like a secondary. The more you can keep the guys together, the better. But we're also in the development business and moving guys around and making sure that we're in for the long haul and guys are trained up in case something happened.
In the last few days, what's left to you that maybe thin or where you still need to address?
Saying roster-wise, well, I feel great about our roster. That might come back to bite me about if you're a couple plays away from being not deep at certain positions. Unfortunately, we've lived that story, and when that happens, you gotta move and shake and make adjustments. And whether the person's coming up from our ready squad is what we're calling it, which is the ideal situation, or sometimes you got to go make a transaction. So, but right now I think we're great where we're at, and let's go play a real football game.
What do you like about defensive tackle and linebacker specifically? Those seem to be thinner.
Well, obviously, we made some moves at both positions, guys that we have kept track of, that we have respect for, that became available to us, and that's how we roll. If we feel like we can bring in a great player to help our football team, that's what we're going to do. So we're in a great spot, I think.
What do you like about Suraj? Where do you see him fit?
Well, special teams tape is great, and that right now that's the easiest way for him to contribute to us as he starts to learn our system. But this guy can play both spots. He plays all four special teams. Great coverage ability. I thought you see him some really good plays in the run game in the preseason tape. So a guy that we had a lot of respect for coming out of the process, and we've kept tabs on over the years that we have a lot of respect for, and we're glad he's here. He was practicing today. It's almost like there's a lot of stuff that he picks up that might be crossover from schematically what he's used to, and he's got a lot of great energy. He's a great competitor, so excited to see how he fits in.
You added Chris Paul and Courtney Jackson. What would you like about those guys, and is there a chance that Courtney Jackson could be your returner week one?
With Courtney, we'll see. We'll see how it goes over the course of this week. With Chris, another guy throughout the process, we had him in for a visit. A lot of respect for him throughout the building, going into the draft process, and an opportunity to bring him here. We took advantage of it.
Is Torrey Horton healthy enough that you could put him in punt return?
I think so, yeah.
What would you see the three undrafted guys make the roster? What did you kind of see from those guys throughout the game to kind of make this
Well, when you're making the initial 53, it's people. There's a big to do about it. It's probably more so. I mean, it's cool because there's a lot of work that goes into that initial decision. But like we said last week, this is a bigger picture puzzle that we're trying to solve as we go to try to keep as many great players as we possibly can. These are guys that put together great preseasons, great training camps, show that they could offer a valuable role on our football team, and it was a way for us not to expose them to waivers too. So it's really that simple. But the guys deserve a lot of credit, and we have a lot of guys that are going to be on our ready squad that are great football players and aren't going to contribute sooner than later on our football team. I'm really sure of that, and we train them accordingly.
Do you like Paul as linebacker, like both inside spots, or is there?
We'll figure that out right now. Not sure.
Why do you like ready squad better than practice squad?
They're ready to play. It's some other terms we floated around, but that's what we're settling on right now. So you'll see some T-shirts floating around the building.
The Packers just made a big move to add Micah Parsons, and Seahawks fans are going to wonder, like, is this just a cost thing that the Seahawks didn't do this? Are there other reasons why you guys wouldn't make a move like that?
That's a tough question to answer. Probably shouldn't be commenting on guys on other teams right now, but look, I mean, our philosophy is always going to be the same. We're always, John likes to say we're in everything, and I think that gives you a lot of flexibility to do things. And it doesn't it doesn't pigeonhole you into, hey, we only acquire players a certain way. So we're always going to be looking to make our team better, whether it's how we develop our guys, how do we acquire people at any point in the season. That's going to be our philosophy, but probably shouldn't comment on that right now. But interesting news today.
Do you have a thought on the rivalry uniforms you guys built?
Look, if you're asking me for fashion advice, you're asking the wrong guy.
Mike, I think last year we don't have time to be a rookie.
Yeah, that's right.
Why is that? Is that still the case for 2025 class? Why is that the case?
Yeah, when you step out there, you're not allowed to be a rookie anymore, And look, our rookie class has been phenomenal. I mean, these guys are, we've talked about it at length in the offseason about their approach, and they've stayed the same way, and just have great habits. So they have very non-rookie habits right now. So we're not really, don't see it in that way. I mean, there's going to be things that happen in games that they haven't seen before, and there's going to be mistakes made at some point. And, but that's the style of play we play. We go, we get after it, we rip it, we fix it, we move on. So, but they've done a great job so far. Just consistency, just doing it every day, all the time. I don't know. You know it when you see it.
John talked yesterday about liking where the offensive line is trending, and less about individual players and more like the cohesiveness and the unit, the way they're playing out. How have you seen that kind of come to light this year within this team and this staff?
Well, they just spent a ton of time together. I mean, they're always watching extra tape, hanging out outside the building. It's a great group, man. Just determined bunch that want to play great football for the teammates and for our team.
I know we've asked you before about kind of you in year two with the defense and the continuity behind that, but getting through the preseason and training camp, have you kind of seen that manifest itself? That you guys are kind of a lot of guys returning and you kind of your team on that.
Well, I mean, we understand the standard of what we're trying to create, and it's a daily goal that we're trying to hit. And so there's an understanding there. When we don't do it, it's very obvious. And to the guys' credit, they come back and they have every intention of making it right, and that way we can keep moving forward together. How that shows up on the field, we're not sure. I mean, we just want to go play our style of ball, and that should take care of what we're trying to create. But we got to get the inputs right before we go tee this thing off every week.
What impressed you most about Gray? What made you jump into that?
I think he's got a really high standard for the way he sees himself on how to play and what he expects of our offense and our offensive line. And he's one of those guys that's not going to accept anything less than that. And that's contagious. He's really connected with his teammates really well. Those guys have awesome relationships, and they're playing for one another, man. So that's all you can ask for.
The efficiency in which you've seen the team run the ball in preseason and training camp, Do you attribute that to the cohesiveness of this new line or the new scheme of the offense? Or
Yeah, it's our process. I know it's not a fun answer, but it's just. I mean, we have a game plan. We're starting the beginning of game plan right now. This week, we're really sharpening our tool set and going into a real game week. It's hard to say like, hey, we're going to go run the ball 48 times for whatever we did against the Chiefs, and could have ran it better against Green Bay at their place. So right now, am I excited about the inputs and how we do business? Absolutely. I love how we coach it. I love the soundness of what we're doing. I love the creativity. I love the consistency. The stacking wins idea of, hey, we're going to keep it in our wheelhouse, and then we're going to dress it up different ways, make it look the same. All that stuff that you always hear, process-wise, is awesome. And so really excited about how that's going to show itself. But, yeah, I mean, look, we're going into week 1, and it's really exciting, but we're it's like I'm thinking about like, hey, this weekend, let's go get a breath of fresh air, and then we'll come back. Let's be fresh, put the best possible game plan we can against San Francisco, and then go rip it on Sunday.
You haven't seen regular season action yet, but if you think back to the end of last season compared to now, which parts of the team do you feel like have advanced the most, or you feel like make the most progress?
If I told you anything, I'd just be making it up. I don't know. I don't remember that far back. If you told me like what we did on the first 3rd and 8 against the Broncos, I could tell you. But like, other than that, I don't know.
Mike, how do you feel about Brad
Bro, I really don't care. I don't care. I just care where we're at. It's not trying to be a chotch, but just don't care.
With Sam, obviously, when you sign him, you coach against him, you studied him, you do his game. But having been around him now for half a year, what maybe stands out that you didn't know either about the way he plays or his personality? Like, what have you learned about him?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think when you, at least, I don't know, you try not to go in with like expectations. It's like, okay, try to figure him out as a person, get to know him. What I love about Sam is his consistency, his like the fact that he cares, like he's always trying to help his teammates. There's cool like subtle ways on how he goes about a business that doesn't scream I'm a superstar quarterback. It just means that he cares about his teammates. He's trying to get it right. He wants the offense to work a certain way. He cares about the precision, how we operate. He cares about the details. Great competitor, and but he does it his way, which is cool. It's authentic to him.
Are you sticking with the game captains for the season?
Yeah.
Still,
Mike, we made a big deal in the spring. You did too about the participation, about 100% were here, not for the voluntary stuff.
Yeah.
How did that show up in the preseason training and now looking back?
Very glad you asked that, Greg. It's incredible. I mean, it's so important. It's just like, hey, why do we practice this week? We could take this week off, but it's about stacking wins. It's about being with your teammates, building the connection, building your bodies, building the callus, understanding the details, incremental gains all the time. And I've found that when you do it with your teammates in this atmosphere, you work the hardest, you get the most out of it, you get the most bang for your buck, and your team becomes better for it. And I guarantee you, if we didn't have the attendance we had now, we would not be as confident going into the first game about the connection we had, the team unity we have, the shared understanding of what we're trying to achieve. We would not be at this point if the guys didn't make that decision to come to the offseason program.
Still expecting Torrey and Tyrese and Jake to practice next week?
Torrey, Tyrese, and Jake. Both Torrey and Tyrese practice in some capacity today. Jake will find out through the weekend.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks,
All right.
Coach.
Thanks, guys.